Every state or people has the need of its own redemption or destruction. It is a choice between Caesar and God. We cannot borrow the crown of Caesar without consequences. Governor Obaseki has gone far in turning around the fortunes and fame of Edo State, and we cannot at this stage retrogress. That is the natural intent of those who want him out. The battle here is between Governor Obaseki and Barabbas. Barabbas is that prisoner who was chosen by the crowd over Jesus Christ to be released by Pontius Pilate in a customary pardon before the feast of Passover. He committed insurgence, murder, and robbery. Pilate gave the Jews a choice between Jesus and Barabbas, a well-known criminal. This is the choice before the people of Edo State today. In this piece, Barabbas is a metaphor for the four negative alternatives to Governor Obaseki. They are Osagie Ize-Iyamu, Charles Ariavere, Pius Odubu, and Chris Ogewanyi. As unclear-headed as the four, if they had shown ambition years before Obaseki, maybe one would have emerged as being less unclear-headed. After all, a winner will still emerge in a beauty contest organized for monkeys. Today, with Governor Obaseki, the objective condition has been altered, and it is anachronistic to mention these elements when governance is involved. Governor Obaseki parts ways with Osagie Ize-Iyamu and his co-travelers or even other politicians when it comes to what to do with the resources of the state. Here, we must admit Obaseki stands alone, or better still, he stands with the people. When one pays attention to the history of Osagie Ize-Iyamu and these other men, you will agree that they have only embarked on a journey through an unmarked road to an unknown destination. Your actions today as a custodian of state power is only history in slow motion. It is said that the secretary to the state government is the engine room of that government, and Ize-Iyamu was one. Rather than use the position to assist the government to ensure the enhancement of the fortunes of Edo State, he rather preferred to use it to undermine progress in those years of underdevelopment and backwardness. He believes in primitive accumulation and arrogance of power. All the distortions and disarticulations that negate democracy reside in his bosom. Above all, he is an informal entrepreneur of violence. These are by no means part of the definition of good governance. Due to Ize-Iyamu's influence in the government of Lucky Igbinedion being the executioner then, people now realize that Igbinedion is more sinned against than he ever sinned. During their time, government convulsed. The same thing applies mutatis mutandis to his other three colleagues who cannot be exonerated by history. With them, you will realize that the politician's mouth has two edges like a Simuda sword. It is murder both ways. When they tell you their tales, ask them to wait till you bring a sieve. Whoever believes what they say has his ears blocked by the carcass of the truth. These men must face reality and know that the politics of merit and those of cause and effect cannot be sacrificed on the altar of luck and good omen. Their only credentials and source of strength remain their reliance on Comrade Adiab Soshomole, who they believe is a true master of intimidation. With Bayelsa out and Edo State being the only APC state in South-South, great caution needs to be taken because, as you can now see, the moment of victory is often the moment of greatest peril. This is instructive, otherwise APC in Edo State will take a long sleep before sunset. Oshiomhole and APC's travails in Edo State show how a family can collapse over a collision of egos and insular pursuits. History will judge everyone, and the judgment of history is not subjective. Neither can it be rigged. Ize-Iyamu and his cohorts have not done noble, and they will be worse in time to come. And as Gordon A.J. puts it, the hours of this present life are ages in embryo of life to come. Governor Obaseki's account in Edo State is that of a faithful past and an expectant future. I make bold to say that expectation and hope will not be dashed. He has set a template of a comprehensive primary health care and universal basic education system in the state, which has been adopted at the national level. Through Edo Jobs and the state's empowerment scheme, many young men and women have been made breadwinners, unlike before when they were beggars of bread. The categories of Obaseki's achievements have no end. The governor has gone far beyond people's expectations, and enemies of development just want there to be a detour, which is a dangerous thing to do. And as William Shakespeare puts it, there is a tide in the affairs of men which, taken at the flood, lead to fortune, omitted all the voyage of their lives is bound in shallows and mysteries. Let me say that on such a full sea we are now afloat. Again, St. Paul reminds us, the night is fast spent and the day is at hand. Altering this tidal wave of development will be a serious tragedy, which is better as an omen than as a fait accompli. Obaseki has the advantage of having the people with him. An advantage is a better soldier than rashness. I know that this war will end without a negotiation. It will be a surrender. The people have spoken and their voices are loud and clear. We want Obaseki, not Barabbas. Let me conclude with the words of Martin Luther King Jr. I shall not withdraw my statement until what I have said is proved against the dictates of the scriptures and reason. For to act against conscience is unsafe. Edo State needs Obaseki, not Barabbas.